Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today, in this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells us all the true man of knowledge does not crave for existence, nor does he bother about the dissolution of this whole universe. He or she just remains here accepting what comes to him or to her unasked. Such a person is rare indeed. He doesn't care. He lives happily, abiding in the self. This is a very simple verse which is applicable to all of us. All of us living entities who want to live a detached life, a complete life in this world. Whatever comes to him or her unasked. Here, Ashtavakra tells us that you should not try to desire or covet something because you yourself don't know whether what you want is good for you or not, whether you will be able to digest it or not, whether you will be comfortable in that particular circumstance or not. Hence, be aloof. Never try to ask for anything. Whatever comes to you unasked is the one that is good for you. There is a proverb in Bhagavad Gita. God gives a person what he or she deserves, not what he or she covets. This is not because God is your enemy. It is on the contrary because God is your best friend. He has your best interests in his mind, and so he knows what is good for you and what is not. I'll give you some examples to show this. There was a Brahman called Sudama. He was the son of a very poor temple priest in Vrindavana. This boy was very simple and very unattached or unambitious. The only thing he needed was food, clothing, and shelter. Because his best friend, whose name was Lord Krishna, was a prince, this boy, who was several years older than Lord Krishna, yet got attached to Lord Krishna and his group only to get some good food. Even when Lord Krishna went and joined Sandeepan Maharishi's ashrama, this boy tagged along just because he wanted a wholesome meal in a day. Later, after qualification, both went separate ways. This Brahmana was poor, but he had now become a devotee of Lord Krishna. He set up his own ashrama or household and became something like a priest or temple worker and raised a family. Because he was dirt poor, he and his family went through several deprivations. Yet not once did this man complain. One day, at the insistence of his own wife, he went to visit Lord Krishna, who was a king by then in Dwarka. Lord Krishna and his wife, Lady Rukmani, received Sudama, took some morsel of paddy from him, and in return for that gift gave him some opulence which probably even Indra would not have dreamt about. Sudama had not asked for it, yet he got it because probably he and his family deserved it. Sudama went back to his house and began enjoying this opulence just as if it was a command from God that this is your assignment. Enjoy this opulence. Sudama had got everything unasked. God had given him what he deserved and what he did not covet, something which was not even dreamt of by many rich and demigod divine people. Even they had not dreamt of the opulence that Sudama enjoyed, but it was unasked. In our world, I'll give up another example. There was this guy who went through several failures, frustrations, etc., so much so that he developed an inferiority complex. At that time, he did not know that God takes some people into deep waters not to drown them but to clean them. When this boy was 16, he became myopic and began wearing specs. This boy's stretch of failures and frustrations continued further. Ultimately, after a lot of struggle, this boy found that his bad period culminated with a paralytic attack. This guy got paralyzed. During his convalescence, this guy ultimately found a candle at the end of the shore. He was trying to find out that he was being revealed his own actual path towards the end. He was trying to find out his assignment in this world, and now it was being revealed. This guy wrote spiritual books and published them. Then he started a spiritual channel. This myopic, who had been wearing specs from 1975 till date, was one day suggested by his own elder brother and nephew to go in for LASIK surgery. This guy was skeptical, but he agreed. Doctors examined his eyes and said that instead of LASIK, we will do you a cataract operation which will serve both purposes. your cataract, which has begun to form, will be removed and we will stitch a lens in your old place in the eyes and remove the old one from there. Today, that guy is able to face the world without specs. This guy never ever thought that one day he will be without specs. Not only that, he would never have dreamt that he will not only write but publish spiritual books and start a YouTube channel on spiritualism, which has now become his favorite. The guy is sitting in front of you. I am saying this because both things came to me unasked. I never thought that I will be able to remove the specs in my lifetime. And I never thought that I will go spiritual. Everything came to me unasked. That does not mean that I am a very brilliant or erudite or intellectually inclined person. No, I am just a very ordinary person who got something good unasked. From now on, I am going to practice, and I tell you also, I am going to practice a disinterest towards this life. I am not interested in living. It is not important. I just pray to God, please give me an assignment when you send me here so that I complete that assignment and then come back to you immediately, just like Abhimanyu went back to moon god after 16 years. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this subject. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.